All right. What's up, everybody? Back. Hey, I've built another food plan for the day using an app called My Macros Plus. I track my calories, my macros, my proteins, carbs, and fats. I do this for myself every day. I thought at some point, well, if I'm doing these, why not record them and throw them up here on YouTube? Maybe help somebody else figure out how to do their macro counting and calorie counting. So I'm going to I'm going to put a link in the description down below to both the iOS and the Android App Store. So if you want to go pick up My Macros Plus, it costs like $3, but super worth it if it helps you stay on track and hit your overall goals. I'm also going to put 2 links below for a couple of macro calculators. This is going to tell you your targets for calories, proteins, carbs, and fats. Those links are in the description down below as well. I'm going to go ahead and get rolling here. So one of the things I've been talking a lot about lately is the mindset behind meal planning, and that calories are simply a series of numbers. Proteins, carbs, and fats, they're all numbers, and numbers do what numbers do. They add up, they subtract, but you can pretty much count on them to do what numbers are supposed to do. But the mental aspect of building a food plan is by far the hardest one to kind of figure out, because there's nuances, there's opinion, there's the way that I feel. All of those things can impact your outcomes because it can change your mental approach to your plans on a daily basis or even on like a weekly basis. So, being able to assess how you're feeling mentally, how you're feeling emotionally, and when you encounter things throughout your days that propose an opportunity to fail at your plan for the day, knowing how to sort of deal with those and approach those and think them through is really the hardest part of doing this, and the thing that's going to have the most the biggest impact on whether you are succeeding or not at your overall plans and staying consistent. So for today, my mental thing that I had to overcome was something similar to yesterday. Yesterday, halfway through the day, I just got not hungry anymore. So I had to change my approach. I had to make some adjustments on my plan because I just didn't want to eat hardly anything more, but I also didn't want to be super shy of my calories. So I basically had to say, okay, eat a couple of just larger meals to get more calories in and not eat so much throughout the day. And then also, I kind of had to be aware of like, all I'm concerned about is calories. I'm not concerned in those situations about hitting every protein, carb, and fat. I picked the thing that I felt like was the goal that I wanted the most, which was the calories, and I made sure to win on that. Today's mindset is sort of similar, except today's is I woke up not hungry. It's a continuation from yesterday, and I worked out again this morning and kind of felt a little bit of pain, and sometimes you just don't get hungry when you're dealing with soreness and aches and things like that. So just not hungry again. So I've kind of had to approach it similarly to yesterday, which is I'm not trying to eat a whole bunch throughout the day, which I normally do to stave off hunger. Now I'm just like, look, eat a couple of meals that are higher in calories so I can fit those calories in and kind of throw the protein and the macro thing aside. I'm still going to try to win on those, but not too worried about it. So today is calorie specific as far as how I am approaching it. And that's what I want to have happen at the end of the day is if I can win on calories, I'm not too concerned about the macro parts of this. So let's talk about what I've done here so far. So for breakfast, a cup of bone broth. This is just bone broth. I pour it in a cup, warm it up in the microwave for a minute. I do the unsalted version. I like the salted better. It tastes better, but the unsalted is probably healthier. 2 slices of Ezekiel toast, and then 5 eggs. I didn't put anything on the toast, and I just ate the eggs as is. Very basic, 500 calories for the breakfast. For lunch, I did a pretty good-sized turkey wrap. That's just a sliced deli turkey in a wrap. I did a slice of mild cheddar cheese, 1 bag of Uncle Ben's minute rice, and then some guacamole on that, and some yogurt ranch dressing, just a little bit. And so that meal was 700 calories. And again, normal days, sometimes my meals are 200, 300 calories. They're very light, but I'm trying to fit more calories into singular meals so that I can make sure to hit my calorie targets for the day, knowing that I'm not very hungry, right? So let's skip the snack for a moment. For dinner, I'm actually wrapping that up now with some buttermilk protein waffles made by the Kodiak company and my whey protein drink that I'm trying to get some of these proteins in. That's my dinner. And for snacks, I've had some gummy bears and a frozen fruit bar. These are just 60-calorie fruit bars made by Outshine. I get them from Walmart. They're like 15 grams of carbs each. That's all I've done today. And actually, let me reorganize and put my dinner above my snacks just so it looks better. So I've done all of that, and here's where I'm at. If you look at the numbers at the top, I have 587 total calories remaining. That's until I hit my max. Really, I want to just use up probably about 300 more of those. My macros themselves, you can see I've used up most of my carbs. I've still got a lot of protein that I need to be kind of thinking about. If I'm going to eat more food, I want it to be more protein heavy, and also the fats are kind of there and available as well. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that now. We're going to finish this plan together. Again, I'm thinking I want protein heavy and try to use about 300 more of these calories. Well, let's do something like, when I think of protein heavy, I'm thinking of something like, let's do some beef jerky. It's basic. Let me find that beef jerky on here. That's going to be 9 total grams of protein, 1 carb, and 1 fat, if I remember right. Where you at, beef jerky? 911, put that as a snack. Start working that down. It's only 50 calories. I still have basically 250 more total calories to use. And again, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to stress too much about these macros. As long as I can hit my calorie target today, I will chalk that up to a good day. And so I'm going to just start thinking here, what can I do with 250 or so more calories? I'd prefer it to be protein, but if not, I'm not going to worry too much about it. How about a cheese stick? 'Cause that's going to be both fat and protein together. Let me go to my recents. Where that cheese stick? Colby Jack. Cheese stick. 1 stick. 5 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat. That's good. That's going to keep knocking that down a little bit. And let's just go ahead and do, how about a 1 protein bar? And this should do it here. It's going to put me over on carbs, but that's fine. It's really going to work well for my overall calorie count. So that's where we're going to end up today. I still got 254 calories remaining. So if for some reason before bed I want an extra snack, I've got the calorie room to do so. Obviously my macros at the top, I would have preferred to use more of my protein up and maybe not so much on my carbs. But today's just kind of a strange day. You find your victories where you can. Don't stress over the small things. Just go for the big things. For me, my personal big thing is I prioritize the calories over the macros. So it's a win there. That's just how some of these days go. The mental part of it sometimes the hardest thing. Do the best you can. That's the best you can do. And that's the perfect plan for you. So that's it. My Macros Plus. Links in the description down below. Thanks y'all so much for watching. If this was helpful, please hit like, maybe even subscribe. I do these every single day. Peace out. See you on tomorrow's video.